You know how nobody ever seems to win the grand prize at McDonald's Monopoly? Well, that's actually because for over a decade, one guy was stealing every single winning piece. Now, this story all starts with this guy. His name's Jerry, and Jerry is around 49 when all this begins, and he's living just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And Jerry, he's kind of an interesting guy. He's a former cop, and after his time on the force, he gets hired as the head of security for a company called Simon Marketing. Now, Simon Marketing, they're the company that runs all the big promotional games for major brands. Stuff like Mountain Dew giveaways, Hot Wheels sweepstakes, and the big one, McDonald's Monopoly. And Jerry's job is literally to guard the winning game pieces. Like, he's the guy that makes sure no one steals them. So every year, Simon Marketing prints up millions of game pieces. Most are losers, but a small handful are the high-value winners worth tens of thousands or even $1 million. And Jerry, he's the one who personally transports those winning pieces from the printer to the McDonald's packaging facilities. And this is a great gig for him. Like, he's well paid, he's trusted, and he's basically untouchable. And about a year goes by, and it's now 1989. And Jerry is still working his security gig, but at this point, he's started looking at this whole operation going, you know what? I should have some of this. So Jerry starts really studying the security measures around him, and pretty quickly, he realizes there basically aren't any. Like, he's the only one handling the high-value pieces. He carries them around in a briefcase. He goes into a bathroom alone to transfer them between envelopes. No one is watching him. No one is double-checking him. He's just the guy. And that is when he comes up with a plan to get some of that Monopoly money. Like literally. So Jerry just starts taking the winning pieces. He takes a $10,000 winner here, then a $50,000 winner there, then eventually a $1 million grand prize piece. But here's the thing. He can't just walk into a McDonald's and cash these in himself. I mean, how scandalous would that look if the guy who guards the winning pieces is also the guy winning all the prize money? People would lose it. So Jerry needs people. He needs winners. So he starts recruiting. First, he hits up his stepbrother, and his stepbrother becomes a winner. Then he hits up some family friends, and they become winners. Then he hits up a guy he met at a psychic convention, because I guess that's a thing that he was into. And every time he recruits a new winner, he sells them a piece for a flat fee. Like, give me 50 grand in cash up front, and you keep the rest of the prize. And the winners, they go to McDonald's, claim the prize, get their giant novelty check on TV, and Jerry walks away with his cut. And about 3 years go by, and Jerry's network keeps growing. He recruits more people. He recruits middlemen who recruit more winners for him. And one of those middlemen is a guy named Gennaro, who happens to have connections to the Colombo crime family. So now Jerry's little scam is technically mob-affiliated, which is pretty wild for a former cop. And so this network keeps spreading across the country. They've got fake winners in Florida, in Texas, in Tennessee, all over the place. And basically every single grand prize at McDonald's Monopoly is going to one of Jerry's people. Like every single one. For over a decade. So in total, Jerry and his crew end up stealing more than $24 million in winnings. And meanwhile, McDonald's, they have no idea any of this is happening. They're spending millions of dollars promoting the game on TV with these heartwarming commercials about regular people winning life-changing money. And the regular people, they're playing in good faith, peeling stickers off their large fries, hoping to land Boardwalk. But they literally have a 0% chance of winning the big prize because Jerry already gave that piece to his cousin's neighbor's hairdresser. So Jerry's plan is working flawlessly, and it just keeps going and going until in 2000 the FBI gets an anonymous phone call. And the caller basically says, "Hey, McDonald's Monopoly is rigged, and there's a guy named Uncle Jerry who's behind the whole thing." And the FBI is like, "Wait, what?" So they actually take this tip seriously, and they launch a full investigation, and they end up calling it Operation Final Answer, because I guess somebody at the FBI was a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire fan. So agents start tracking down recent Monopoly winners, and they quietly interview them. And on the surface, these winners all seem totally legit. Like, they have rehearsed stories about how they found the piece, and they're all so excited. But the FBI starts noticing some weird patterns. A lot of these so-called winners are connected to each other through these really suspicious 6 degrees of separation chains. Like, this guy's brother-in-law works with that guy's cousin, who's friends with this guy's old roommate, and somehow they all won $1 million. So the FBI gets permission to wiretap Jerry's phone, and they start listening in. And pretty quickly, they hear Jerry coordinating with his entire network. Like, he's literally on the phone telling people which winning pieces are coming next and exactly how much to pay him for them. And the FBI is like, oh, we got him. But here's where it gets even crazier. The FBI doesn't arrest Jerry right away. Instead, they go to McDonald's and they tell McDonald's everything. And McDonald's actually agrees to play along. So McDonald's launches a brand new round of Monopoly, like nothing is wrong. And they film fake commercials interviewing the newest winners. And the winners do these interviews on camera, not knowing the FBI is filming everything and using it as evidence against them. And then in August 2001, the FBI is finally ready. And they execute simultaneous raids across 8 different states. And so, bam, they arrest 21 people, including Jerry. Here's his mugshot. And Jerry, he tries to claim he didn't really do anything wrong. But the FBI has years of wiretaps, fake winner interviews, and a paper trail that leads directly back to him. So he doesn't really have a leg to stand on. So Jerry goes to trial, and he's found guilty of mail fraud and conspiracy, and he ultimately gets sentenced to 3 years in prison. Plus, he has to pay $12.5 million in restitution, which, considering he stole $24 million, is honestly kind of a steal. And most of the people in his network get charged too, with sentences ranging from probation to about a year behind bars. But here's the crazy part. Almost nobody actually knew about any of this for years. Like, the case broke in August 2001, which is literally a few weeks before September 11th, so the news cycle just completely moved on. And McDonald's quietly refunded customers and kept running Monopoly like nothing ever happened. And Jerry, he served his 3 years, and then he went home and lived a quiet life. He never gave interviews. He never apologized. He just disappeared. And in fact, no one really talked about the McDonald's Monopoly scam for almost 20 years, until HBO made a documentary about it in 2020, and everyone collectively realized that for over a decade, every single time they peeled a sticker off their large fry, hoping to win $1 million, they were playing a game that one guy with a briefcase had already won.